Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my home in Livingston, Montana. Excuse me. Okay, this is one of two videos I'm going to be doing, a review video on a Puma White Hunter hunting knife. This particular video right here is going to be nothing but facts and figures. In other words, you're going to get bored to death. I'm just kidding. Don't get uptight on me now. Okay, right here. See this address on this shipping box right there? This is where I purchased this knife from. https:// German-knife-shop.com. Don't be afraid to do business with these guys. They shipped me this knife in about, 11, 12 days, something like that. I paid $314. That includes shipping to my door, which is the best doggone deal I ever got in my life, because these Puma White Hunters are some of the best hunting knives you can get your hands on. I've been waiting for 20 years to get this, approximately, and I have seen these as high as $400. Okay, let me get rid of this shipping box. I don't need this anymore. Now look, guys, I'm going to be doing kind of a different kind of a video. I've got some material I want to read off, from one of these websites of rates and, rights on knives and different things I printed off the net. But anyway, see where this says handmade? Better believe it. That's one of the reasons why I like these Pumas. And there it's wrote right there in German, okay? Knife makers to the world. You better believe that part too. Well, you don't have to believe anything. Okay, there's their address right there. Okay, and like I say, I'm going to be doing more about this is a facts and figures video more than it is a commentary video. Okay, let me get on with this. Let me open up the box there. Here is the piece right here. And all of these come with a certificate. Let me get this out of my hair right off the get-go. Because if you don't got a certificate in that black box, chances are you might have an imposter. But this was built in 2018. Oh, I forgot to... Let me see. Let me get this other piece up here. Here's the model right there. It's 116375 because they do have several models of these White Hunters out, but this is the most common model right there, okay? All right. Let me get rid of that. Okay. Now, I got to be kind of careful here because this knife fits. This is a custom-built sheath right here. This knife fits very, very tight inside the sheath, and I am not going to be waving this knife around because I want to read off some facts and figures. It's just that simple. That's what this video is all about, not commentary so much. Okay, let me... Oh, this is tight. I kid you not. These guys over there in Germany at Puma, they just do not screw around. Now, let me show you this real quick, but I know my lighting in my house is a little weird. We had a great big storm last night, windstorm. But there you go. On these handmade German knives, these Pumas, it'll always state, it's always etched on this blade, So there you are with all that. And this is, I'll give you a look at this, but I'm going to lay this down because I want to read some facts and figures to you. That's the way I've elected to do this video. Rather than waving this thing around and cutting myself, I'll move it around, but hang in there with me. Like I say, I got some printed material, and then I've got some facts and figures right here. There's some measurements that I took in my own handwriting right here. But let me read this stuff off, you guys. Just in case, so, and these are not my words I'm going to be reading here, and I will move this knife around a little bit, so just bear with me, please. This is hard enough me doing this the way it is. Okay, the Puma White Hunter knife is handmade in Solingen, Germany. It has long set the standard for the ultimate hunting knife. In fact, this knife was originally developed in 1956 in conjunction with the East African Professional Hunters Association to be the leading knife for big game hunting. Simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. Let me turn that around a little bit. Consequently, the Puma White Hunter's 6-inch drop point blade is made from German grade 1.4116 stainless steel chosen for edge retention, toughness, and corrosion resistance. During the smelting process of the initial steel bars, trace elements such as carbon, silicon are added to maintain the temper, while chromium is added to inhibit rust. Okay, simple as that. Other trace elements such as manganese, phosphorus, sulfur, and molybdenum, I think I got that right, molybdenum are added to give the steel much better structural strength and consistency by aligning the molecules more evenly during cooling. Then, after initial steel bars are formed, the bar stock is heated to 3,150 to 4,200 degrees Fahrenheit. The blank is placed between two dies and then mechanically forged under 2,200 pounds of pressure to fit the shape of the dies. In fact, not only does the hot drop forging process provide the blade with its initial shape, it also improves the molecular structure of the steel. Okay. Then once the White Hunter's blade is forged and cooled, it is then tempered and hand finished in 22 separate steps by skilled craftsmen, each step incorporating increasingly fine lubricants, oil coolants, and special polishing grease. Okay, you set that down for a second there. Change pages. In addition, as a complement to the fine steel blade, the Puma White Hunter features handle slabs made, these guys right here, made from antlers of the wild stag, which are formed via a meticulous manufacturing process to make this knife a truly unique hunting tool like some of the others we've reviewed on this site. First, each scale is boiled and stabilized and dried over a period of weeks. I'm talking about these scales right here. Then the slabs are individually cut and hand-fitted to the knife. Brass rivets are then used to attach the scales to the tang. Last, the rivet heads are filed. And finally, the handle is burnished to a precise size and shape for optimal fit and function. And that's what I dug off the internet on one of them sites that, rates these knives and does all that review stuff and all this other. Okay, excuse me. Now, where'd my pencil go? Okay, I've got some facts and figures of my own right there. I'll hold this there for just a second so you can get a look at this. I took my own tape measure, my own calipers, and did what I'm fixing to talk to you about here in just a second. Okay, now, the total blade length of this guy right here, according to my figures, is 6 1/8 of an inch. The total length of this knife from here to the tip of it right there is 10 5/8 of an inch. Okay? And the handle thickness, and when I mean the handle thickness, I'm talking about right in here, right at mid-rivet, okay, is 1 inch. 1 inch thick, right in there, okay? The handle tallness, in other words, the tallness, that's the only word I could think of, is 3/4 of an inch, okay? The widest point on the blade, which is right here. Let's see if I can get this. Let me tap my camera there so we can get the autofocus. The widest point on this blade, which is right here, man, this is hard to do, especially when you got a knife like this, is, okay, let me get my notes here, is 7/32 of an inch, okay? And the main blade and the main blade and the back blade, because this does have a black back blade on it right here. I didn't mean to say black. You know, this is hollow ground. Black ground. I cannot tell. You know, I've been around knives all my life, but I simply cannot tell that there's any hollow grinding at all. It's a flat grind. It's what it looks like to me anyway. But, you know, you got your main blade right here, and you got a back blade. This back blade is not very sharp, but you can sharpen it, okay? Okay, what else we got going on here? Okay, the blade style is it's a drop point, quite obviously, and it is very, very tip heavy. The reason being is, you know, because Puma, they want it so if you need to pound in a tent stake or you need to pound on everything, they left a lot of material right up here in this tip, okay? But it is a drop point and it is definitely tip heavy. Okay, what else do we got going on here? Okay, this bolster right here, right in here, you know, this finger guard, this bolster, it's aluminum, okay? And it's 1 13/16 of an inch tall, right in here like this, and it's 3/4 of an inch thick. Let me tap on my, there we go. I know those things want to keep coming out of, my camera wants to keep coming out of focus. That's simply because I've got low light in my home here, but okay. And this does have a serrate. A very small serrate on this blade right there. Let me tap this, get that in focus. See that little guy right there? Now, this is not your normal kind of a serrate, believe you me. It's you know, these guys that have been building these knives, they've been building for centuries over there in Germany, by the way. That serrate right there is, let me see, it's 1 1/8 of an inch long. In other words, from here to here, okay? There you go with that. And the Rockwell hardness tool mark, okay, right here. All of these handmade German knives have this mark. Let me see if you can see this. I might have to turn this around several different ways. Let me see. Come on, focus for me. Right there. That guy is right there. See it? That is a Rockwell hardness. It's a tool mark. They use some special kind of tool to proof the Rockwell hardness. If it doesn't pass that tool proofing, if you will, this thing just doesn't go out onto the market. But this particular mark right here on this White Hunter is, let's see, it's 1 15/16 of an inch from the tip. If that makes any difference at all. Right from here to right there, to that proofing mark, okay? And these handmade German knives, they have to have that proofing mark, that hardness, that Rockwell hardness mark, because if they don't, it's probably a forgery. Okay, and of course, the knife is custom fitted with this, you know, you already seen me fumbling around with this sheath right here, which it's custom fitted, and believe you me, let me tap this and get this in focus again. This is a very nice sheath. I've got several of my Pumas that have sheaths just like this, but this guy here fits exceptionally well. Okay, that's all the facts and figures on this Puma. I am going to do a sit-down video right after I get done with this one, where I add my own little personal comments, but I wanted to get these facts and figures out just as expeditiously as I could. Okay. This is one of the finest hunting knives in the world, ladies and gentlemen, as far as I'm concerned. Thank you very much for watching this video, and go ahead and watch my next video coming up, and I'll do some, like I say, some personal commentary on this. We'll see you on down the trail. Adios, my friends.